Welcome to practice. My name is Paul. This is going to be an in and out style class, about 15 minutes or so. It's for all levels, but there will be some perhaps challenging, playful, funky moves and transitions. I just want to invite you to meet yourself as you are and be okay with maybe you're not able to do everything. That's totally fine on this path of yoga. Like, you just have to show up, be willing to challenge yourself, and it's consistency, right? That is the key to our practice, what's known as abhyasa. It's one of my favorite teachings in the yoga tradition. Consistency over a long period of time is the essential thing for studentship, along with vairagya, which is letting go of attachment to outcomes. It's that balance of the two. And we're adding 3 classes to the channel every week to help you create that consistency in your practice. So be sure to subscribe. These classes are all between 10 and 20 minutes in length. So they're helping us to meet the needs of the community. Those of you who are really busy, you're short on time, and leave some comments. Let us know how you're enjoying classes. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, we read all the comments, and it's really meaningful for us to be in community. So let's get in and out. Here we go. And I say, let's get in and out, but we're not in a rush. So we're going to move at a very calm and efficient pace. All right, we'll start in downward facing dog. Just stretch up and back. Bend a knee, straighten the other leg. Loosen up. Spread your fingers. Press through the finger pads and through the mounds of your fingers. From here, we'll roll it forward to plank. So take a breath in and start to round your spine as you come into plank pose. With your exhale, bend your knees, lift your tailbone, and stretch up and back the downward dog. 2 more times just like that. Rolling forward, rounding, and the knees bend. Stretch up and back. Make it fluid and smooth. One more time. Knees bend, stretch up and back. From here, walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're in a standing forward fold. You could have straight legs or bent knees. Hands could be on the floor, blocks, ankles, or shins. Spread your toes. And try to engage strongly through the muscles of the legs as you stretch. With your inhale, half forward fold, lengthen forward. Exhale and bow. Inhaling, rise all the way up. Reach up, grab a hold of your left wrist, lean over to the right. Never a bad time for a side stretch. As you look under your left arm. Good. Inhale and rise and switch. Grab a hold of the right wrist, lean over to the left. Look under the right arm. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward, and then come into a squat. So bend your knees. You could turn the feet out, lift heels if necessary. With your exhale, straight legs, bow forward. 2 more times, just like that. Coming to a squat. Inhaling, bend the knees. In and out. We're moving. Exhale, straight legs and fold. Inhale, squatting. Exhale, straight legs. Now walk your hands forward, coming into downward diggity dog. Modified Vajrasthana. Step your right foot forward about halfway, turn it out 90 to the right, come on the outer edge of the left foot. Stretch your right arm for the sky. Momentarily, we'll step the right foot forward to lunge, which is kind of a playful transition. You could also come to it from stacking your feet, right foot on top of the left. If you're stacked, bring the right knee towards the chest, and then everybody, right foot steps forward to lunge. Inhale, rise and clasp fingers behind your head. And you could do this with back knee on the floor as well. 3 times. We're taking the left elbow to the outer right thigh. Take a breath in. Exhale, left elbow towards outer right thigh. Inhale up. Exhale again. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Now for the deeper twist, either left hand to the floor on the inside or exhale, left elbow, outer right thigh, hands in prayer position. So you're either here or you're here. Just find the twist that suits you best for now. Right shoulder drawing back, look over the right shoulder, soften your eye. Relax your face. Inhale, release. Back to dog pose. Side plank to the left. Either step the left foot forward halfway or just come into it with feet stacked. Spin your right bicep forward towards the front of the mat as you lift your hips. If your feet are stacked, left knee towards the chest. And then everybody, step it forward to lunge. Rise up, hands behind the head. Lift through the heart with your exhale. Right elbow, outer left thigh. Inhale it up. Exhale, tap again. Maybe you got a smile on your face while you're doing it. One more time. Inhale up. Your twist. I'm going right arm to the outside of the thigh. Squeeze your inner thighs towards the midline, and that will help you to find steadiness. Draw your left shoulder back. Soften your eyes, especially the left eye. Good. Inhale and release. Hands to the floor. Plank pose. Come all the way down. Elbows under the shoulders. Then lift your feet and walk your feet in towards dolphin pose. Heating things up. Move your chest toward your thighs. If your hamstrings are tighter, bend the knees. And then walk your feet back to a forearm plank. I'm going to do the hip dip. Now for the hip dip, you could do it with knees off the floor or knees on the floor. We'll dip to the right, bring it up, and dip to the left. Here we go, 3 per side. 3, 2, 1. To the right first, you got to turn the feet, come back up, and to the left. Up, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. We got to do at least 2 more, don't you think? To the right, to the left. You can rest if you need. Right, left, and then all the way down. Place your hands, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Come into a squat. And then bring your knees to the floor. You can bring your hands down or just transition. Rising to camel. Lift through the heart. Squeeze your shoulders back. Inhale and rise. From here, step right leg forward. Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms for the sky. Lift through the heart. Bring your hands to the floor on the inside of the front leg. Lift your back leg. Ground your foot. For humble warrior, you could walk your hands out to about 10 o'clock or clasp your fingers behind your back as you stretch your arms overhead. Shoulders hug back. And release. Hands to the inside of the front leg. Come onto the toes of your back foot. Stretch your right arm for the sky. All right, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We are going to swing the left leg through towards what's called a pistol squat and then have a seat. If you need to watch first, I'll show it. So we bring the left leg through. The right knee will need to bend. You might have to lift your right heel to come all the way down to the floor. And then we're twisting. I love that move. That's one of my favorites. Lift through your spine. So once you're there, we'll come into this twist, drawing the right shoulder back. And when you're doing that transition, whatever it takes to get there, right? It's all about play. Because even if you can't do it now, if you keep showing up to the mat consistently over time, as we know, everything transforms. It'll come. It'll happen. And if it doesn't, nobody cares. Just got to let it go. No attachment to outcome. Inhale and release, especially because this part is even more tricky, keeping the heel down. You might have to lift your heel. Left hand comes down. So we're lifting and stretching back to our twist. And then downward dog. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Let's come into a squat. We're going back to the kneeling position, and we go into our camel. Lift through the heart. You could always have hands on the sacrum. And rise, left leg. Step it forward. Anjaneyasana, reach your arms for the sky. Shoulders draw back. Inhale and rise. Both hands to the inside of the front leg. Lift your back leg. Ground your foot. Let's rise up. Switch the clasp of the fingers behind the back. And humble warrior. Unless you want to keep your hands down, maybe about 2 o'clock or so, you walk your hands out. Good. And release. Right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. You know where we're going, that funky transition. Look down, ready, right leg, step it through, and come all the way to a seat. However many movements it takes to get there. Just do the best you can. We're twisting left. Lengthen through the spine. Draw your left shoulder back. Inhale and release. Transitioning back, right hand to the floor. We'll lift. Take it back, coming into our twist. And then downward facing dog, stretch up and back. The end of your exhale, bend your knees, look forward, lightly step or jump to the front of the mat. Lengthen forward. Come into a squat. Have a seat. Another fun, playful one. From here, hands just behind you, fingers pointed towards the back of the mat. We'll lift the hips and stretch the left arm up. And you may just go a little bit off the floor. You might curl back and touch behind you. Let's go 2 for side. And inhale, lift up. So left arm up. Maybe you lean a little bit and try to touch. Bring it back down. Hips almost to the floor. Second side. One more. Left arm reaches up. And then with the right. Have a seat. Sukhasana, forward fold. Right leg just in front of the left. You can widen your seat and fold forward. Inhale and rise. Twist to the right. Left hand to the outer right thigh. So lengthening from your right hip through the right knee. Resist the twist. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale, release. Jump switch the legs. Left leg in front. Let's fold forward. Just feel yourself getting quiet. Inhale and rise. We'll twist to the left. Lift and lengthen through your side body. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, release. Come onto your back. Happy baby. And stretch out for Shavasana. So no attachment. Completely relax. Whatever happened in practice is in the past. We're open and free. Inviting in calmness, peace. Just let it all go. I'll leave you here in Shavasana. If you can stay for a few extra minutes, please do so. Treat yourself. Thanks so much for joining me. It was a fun practice. We'll see you on the mat for the next class. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.